Ooh, we're starting off with a little bit of a hot spoiler to kick off this bonus Patreon episode. Can we talk about a little bit of what's just happened?
No, but go ahead. I'm still chewing pieces of your nuts and ass in my mouth.
And we'll just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that, brother.
That's what the thing is. You guys didn't specify that, like, his nuts and like nut hairs will be in the thing that I agreed to eat.
But the butt is fine.
Well, I would have liked to clarify other body parts that would be added to the thing I agreed to eat. That's all. It would, you know what I mean? Because when I saw your hairy nuts on the item that I was about to put in my mouth, that would have been, some information I would have liked to know.
Hey, if it makes you feel better.
Yeah. Would you eat I feel like I need some redemption or something.
If it makes you feel better, I didn't know that my balls were that long that they were going to hit.
They're long and there's hair on them, and it's just, you had curly.
Dude, he makes fun of your long balls, but he's over here putting his balls in a potato.
I know, but I don't have that much hair. He has like hair on his balls itself. That's kind of, I don't know if Asian men could grow that. I don't.
Did you know sometimes I have hair on the side of my penis?
Shaft pubes?
I do.
Yeah.
That's something I don't.
Hey, have you ever had that?
No.
Wait, how far up?
How far? Yeah.
I don't know, like towards the bottom.
Oh.
Just show me.
No.
Why not? I just ate your freaking nuts and ass on food, asshole. And you won't show me the hair on your dick?
You know what I will do?
What?
We haven't done this segment in a while. It's time.
I'm not eating any more food, dude. I just ate dude. You eat it.
We're gonna do
Patreon exclusive.
We're gonna do cookie time.
No, go ahead, have a cookie time. Hey, can I stick it up my ass and have you eat the cookie?
No.
Then this is not. I don't want to partake in this. Asshole.
So I have a friend that actually has a cookie company, and so in the future, I told him we'll need a lot of cookies for a challenge.
Yeah.
And he's down.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're at home and you want to join in, it's time to reward yourself. A cookie. It's just a couple friends eating cookies. One of them's eating nut and butt, and the other one's...
I'm not your friend. Today I'm not your friend.
Don't you say
Today
that,
I'm
man.
not your friend.
Do not say
Tomorrow
that.
I will be a friend.
Steve,
dude,
don't
I just
say
ate
that.
your nuts and
Steve,
asshole on food, asshole.
Don't say that, man.
Today I'm not. Tomorrow I will.
Don't say that.
I'll forgive you.
Come on, man.
Oh my God! Yeah. Would you imagine if the roles were reversed?
Uh-huh.
And I had my dry Korean nutsack and butt crust on a food item that you would had to eat.
I would have ate it.
Then let's do it with the cookie. Then let me stick.
Because I didn't lose the challenge.
It doesn't matter if you're my real. Are you my friend?
That's
Are you
your
my friend?
friendship test?
Are you my friend?
Not on this scale.
Well, then there's no. What do you mean? There's no
Do you
scale.
have friends that
Friendship
will
is
be like,
friendship,
yeah?
right?
Not on the butt cookie.
Unconditional, just loving.
Not on the butt cookie
supportive.
scale. Not on the butt cookie scale.
I just ate your nuts and ass on a food item, and you won't return the favor for me?
Because you lost.
It doesn't
I
matter.
won.
This
Yes,
is
it
a
does.
Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
These people support our thing.
I know.
The most.
I know they do.
And this is something.
I'm very grateful for them.
This is something that they would like to see. I want to let them know that you're a good guy. If not, I don't know if you could call you could call myself a really good scissor bro. Wow. You know what I'm saying, Don? You see my point, right? Well, so let me grab the cookie. It's not as bad. At least there's chocolate chips in it. I ate something. I don't want to ruin it. I ate something very bland and mushy. Bland and mushy. And hot. Steaming. With your nut hairs, your nuts, and your asshole just smashing it, mashing it. All right? This is something the patrons... Then why are they even on the... They want to see something special. Not us talking about blah, blah. They want to see the real thing. Okay?
I mean, Steve, you can put it up your butt all you want. I'm not eating the cookie.
Then I guess this our whole thing is false. The whole Scissor Bro brand is false.
You know what? On those,
It's false then. I guess we're not the real deal. I guess we're a bunch of phonies.
you can.
I guess we're because that's not a scissor bro. If you're not willing to do that, I don't know. Comment below, guys. I don't know if you're really my scissor bro.
Leave your comments.
Oh, man.
You're not gonna eat that cookie?
He brought it for you though.
Oh, my God. Do you not know what I just did? I felt like dude, you're saying, let's go back to the gay topic. That I did something very, very gross and gay.
I don't know if gay people.
Then
be
are
doing
you?
that.
Let me smash some food with my nuts and ass, and then have you eat it, and you
I wouldn't say
determine whether it
that's
is or
gay.
not. See, you guys, talk a big game when it comes down to the nitty gritty. When it's game time, you guys don't swing the bat, do you? You're at the dugout, and your guys aren't about it. I'm about it. I just ate your nuts and ass on a piece of food, and you won't do the same for me, okay? And that's all I'm saying. That means we're false if you're not willing to return the favor. Thanks for the rock star again, Ryan.
Yeah, no problem.
So is that a hard no?
That's fine. That's
eating
fine.
the cookie. Or...
That's fine. I'm not eating the cookie.
We throw it over here then?
Yeah.
Hey, he at least threw it at you.
Yeah. What came out of it?
A napkin.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's good to see you, man.
Oh my God. Since this is a Patreon exclusive bonus episode.
Let out the nitty gritty.
Well, I discovered a new show that's right down our lane. Extreme Cheapskates. Have you seen this show, dude?
Easy. No.
Dude, it is fast. They're more frugal than we are. Way more frugal.
What did they do on the
There's
show?
this Chinese lady in New York who goes dumpster diving.
My dad
food,
does that.
But she serves it to
Really?
her guests
My dad does.
and didn't tell them it was like dumpster food.
My dad doesn't do food.
That's fucked
What?
up, dude. That's so bad.
So she goes, they're like, where did you cook this? She goes, it's a medley. She goes, I like dumpster diving in high-end areas of the east side because these are organic foods I would normally won't buy. And so dude, she doesn't shower. I mean, she doesn't flush her toilet. She has this cloth where she doesn't want to flush her toilet. She uses a bar of soap to the last kernel. She washes like these cheapskates. They'll literally, so they don't have to spend money doing laundry. They'll wash and bathe themselves and wash their clothes at the same time just to save costs. Oh. Everything in her apartment, she got off the street. Like her bed is like 2 yoga mats with like dust mites on them, and she goes, and then this is her excuse of like keeping
And she
it.
owns a restaurant?
No. She's actually like a legal. She bought the condo. She's got money. She just refuses to buy anything. Like she never has spent money on toiletries. There's a thing.
She gets them from hotels or whatever.
No. She searches the internet for sample giveaways. Like she even like goes through her like thing of, okay, I got this from this. They had a sample of a dental floss and I got these, or toothpaste. Like she doesn't buy anything. She literally doesn't, she turns off the gas because that's added $15-16 on her bill. It's crazy, dude. It is crazy.
Was it inspiring?
Inspiring.
It makes us look like we're really like we're not even in the same
flaunting it?
category. Yeah. You haven't heard of Extreme Cheapskates? Mm-mm. It's fascinating. There's another example of a man who recycles paper towels. Like he hang dries paper towels. He like reuses them and just hang dries them. Yeah.
I know some people who reuse their aluminum foil.
Yeah, they do that. Yeah, that's a
My
given.
grandma does that.
Yeah. I'm just saying, dude, this is something, it's like, it's right down your lane. It's right down your lane. Yeah, this lady's something else. I'll send you guys a link so you guys could check it out, or maybe, I kind of miss doing the watch-alongs with the patrons, how we did,
Oh, those were fun.
what was the thing that we got? To Catch a Pred, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was called To Catch a Pred on YouTube. Remember the Chinese guy?
Right.
The Asian guy that was
Yeah.
there? Yeah. By the
yeah.
way, they eliminated his channel.
Oh,
They-
the guy
they
who
took-
was.
The guy's channel they
Oh,
took down
yeah.
on YouTube. Yeah.
Well, he was getting that footage kind of. You can't really film inside grocery stores and all that stuff, like the way that he was doing it.
Yeah, he would have like a hidden camera, and he would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So his channel's down.
Is that jerky or is that dip?
It was dip.
Okay.
Yeah. Yo, dude, that's so nice of him to. So you got the same amount of beef jerky? I mean,
Yeah, but he made special extra cans for you because he knew that you like that.
did you test the new ones yet?
I've tested a couple of the flavors. They're really good.
Like what added ones
He
aside
has
from
a
the
s-
Scissor Bro
He
sauce?
has a scorpion ginger one that's so good.
Really?
Yeah.
What else? What else?
There's a curry one that I haven't tried yet.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
A
Like,
curry
yeah, he
jerky.
tried there's a bunch of different flavors.
Oh,
Shout out
wow.
to Cuzzo.
Yeah.
Thank you,
yeah.
man.
What was it like bumping into Eric Tweak Sauce, Cuzzo, and who's the lady in there? Is that Eric's wife?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was it like bumping into them?
Dude, it was awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's like basically extended family.
Dude, we
there.
went to Portillo's.
What's that? What's that?
It's this place that Santino referred to me years ago. It's
Yeah.
like this Italian beef
Oh, yeah, that place is
Oh.
great.
sandwich place.
Oh, they
Dude,
have sandwiches. The dip.
Yeah,
yes.
Italian.
I've
Italian
had that
beef.
before.
Dude, it's amazing.
They
They've got
ship-
one out like in the OC. Like,
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
they
There
ship.
used to be
You know,
one
they,
here, but they I
yeah,
think they closed
Portello.
it.
Portello's
yeah.
French dip, right?
yeah.
No,
Beef,
Italian
French dip.
beef.
It's
Italian beef.
Italian beef.
But dip, right?
Yeah.
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 Dude, that place is
They
amazing.
have Chicago dogs and chocolate
Yeah.
cake shake.
I did that.
So
Did you
where
get
were
the
you
big
at?
one?
You're
I got a large, and then we split it. The three of
Oh,
us split
okay.
it because I was like, "This is going to put me in a coma before my
Yep.
show if I eat
It'll
one
do
of them."
that.
yeah, yeah.
And
So you-
apparently, huh?
So you're at Wisconsin or Chicago? Where were you?
Chicago, they made the drive.
They made the drive.
Yeah, brought me cheese curds.
Oh my.
Couldn't have been sweeter.
Oh my goodness.
We hung out at Portillo's. Then we went to a pool hall, and
Yeah.
then they came to the late show. And then after I got done at the venue, I hit them up. We hung out in the lobby of my hotel for like, I don't know, like a couple hours.
Oh, cool.
Had hot chocolate.
That's so cool. They're
And
like,
had like pizza,
Yeah,
had
yeah.
deep dish pizza, hot chocolate,
Oh, that's
cookies that she brought.
and then Eric brought
It
the
was
curds,
so nice.
the cheese.
Yeah,
And then how many are they wrapped or I've never had those. Are they
You
wrapped?
haven't?
No.
I might have to go inside and get
No, I'm good. I got enough. Yeah.
after the episode.
No,
if you
you don't
dude,
have
if
to.
you no, if you've never had it, you
Nah,
should
it's
try
okay,
one.
man. I don't
Come
wanna-
on, it'll get the taste of my
It's
butt out of your
raining. I
mouth.
just want I would like to make
Get
it
the
safely
taste of my
home.
butt out of your mouth.
She's just
Okay.
looking out for you.
I'm just
Okay,
trying,
Yeah.
I want to get my turds off of your mouth and get you into some curds. Go
Wait,
from turds
you
to
brought
curds.
cheese curds back
You brought them back.
on the plane?
Yeah.
So are they wrapped in foam, like styrofoam? I mean, not styrofoam, but
This
aluminum
is
foil.
this is a
or-
big bag that are individual curds that you just
Really?
yeah.
So Wisconsin's known. That state is specifically known for their cheese, right?
Oh yeah.
Why is that? The cows out there are. There's a lot of them, or
The Green Bay Packers is referring to cheese.
really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's just cheese.
Cheeseheads is what they
Everywhere.
call them in Wisconsin.
What?
They
what
wear
ki-
they wear cheese wedges on their
Yeah,
heads
it's a
at football
huge
games.
cheese
Really?
hat.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So what kinds of cheese are they known for?
I think it's cheddar, right?
Is it
It's
cheddar?
like the biggest one.
I think that's their main one.
Yeah.
Straight American and cheddar.
American cheddar. Damn. Good old American cheese. Yeah.
My dad used to say about my mom, there's what did he say about my mom? It was something like, there's rats that don't like cheese as much as your mom. That's what my dad used to say
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
when they were together.
Oh no.
Patreon exclusive. You
No.
only get the divorce talk here.
You know what? We haven't really talked about. I know it's kind of a touchy topic, but that really shaped to who you are today. That event in your. I'm not trying to psycho. That's not psychotherapy. I'm just saying, but because you brought it up, right?
I brought it up. Yeah.
So do you still remember that? And then how did you feel during that time to how you are now? How did you cope back then? And how old were you to where you are now, where you're like, you kind of went through it and you processed it and you're like, okay, I'm okay with everything.
Well, I remember it vividly because it happened when I was 17. So
I
it
thought you
happened
were
later.
a kid.
No.
What?
Yeah, dude.
It happened that late?
Yeah.
So you're a senior in high school? Or?
Junior.
Junior.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then were you sad, angry, or confused?
I think you get all that.
You got all that.
Because your parents were together the entire time that your dad was still with your mom.
Well, my mom wanted to leave him, but she didn't know. She was kind of, because,
Right.
yeah.
So, like, there's pros and cons of that versus an actual divorce. There's just pros and cons to that.
And who took it the hardest? Your sister, your brother? Like,
Your sister's the youngest, right?
yeah, she's
Yeah,
the
my
youngest.
sister's youngest
Yeah.
and my brother's the oldest. I would say probably, I don't know, my brother and sister probably took it equally
Is bad.
bad.
Did you lash out more towards your mom or your dad when this happened?
I didn't lash out.
Not lash out, but who are you most? Are you just upset at both of them equally?
I mean, yeah, they both had their issues. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. It was one of those where I, like, when it happened, I did not blame one parent or the other.
You
I
didn't?
really did not. No. They both had their faults and their reasons why they needed to get a divorce.
And then it just took you a while to process that. Like, were you confused or like, why at this point, at this juncture, like, why don't y'all do this earlier?
I mean, it wasn't like out of nowhere.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
Okay, so it was leading up to that.
It was years of building up to. They were trying to get us through high school. They were trying to get my sister and I to graduate high school, and then the divorce happened, but they couldn't make it.
Really? That's
Yeah.
what they agreed upon.
I mean, that's what they told me later. They're like, we're trying to get you through high
Right.
school, but we just,
I'm sure a lot of families do that for the sake of the kids.
dude, a lot of,
Because that's why my mom stayed when my dad was beating her. You know, she didn't want to leave because of me and Bob.
Yeah.
She was scared to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patreon
Not
exclusive.
Yeah, because this is interesting because we don't talk about this during the other episodes of
Right.
the YouTube episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just interesting to me that it kind of led you to who you are now and what you do for a living now. Do you think you became a comic because of the fact, let's say your parents were, if they were still together, do you think you would choose your career path of what you chose to do?
Yeah, I'd still be a comedian.
Huh?
I'd still be a comedian.
You would still?
Yeah. I wanted to be like, since I was a little kid, I had a fascination like with sketch shows and all that
okay.
stuff
I
since
didn't
a
know
little
that
kid.
if
Yeah.
that was like the driving force.
No, but I
'Cause
will
that
say
happens a lot.
I
you
will
know?
say it affected and shaped just comedically who I am for sure.
Oh, because
Anytime you go through any kind of trauma in your life, it affects you as a comedian for sure.
it does.
Yeah, any kind of deaths of family members or close friends or anything like that.
Even religion.
Yeah, dude.
Like
that-
Sam
that
Kinison
all
was
go-
a devoted,
Dude, he used to be a pastor.
minister. Yeah, pastor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I mean, I like everything leads up to the it's part of the soup of the ingredients of what makes a comic who they are and stuff like that.
It's interesting.
And part of, you struggling over the years as a comedian, that shapes a lot who you are as a comic as well.
Yeah, it seems like not trying to generalize, but it seems like comedians are a bit kind of damaged in a way. Like something has happened in their past where, you know what I mean? Like, because, it's just like, if you look at a lot of these people, like, I don't want to like name names, but there's something that either happened to them, like some kind of abuse or addiction or drug addiction or trauma or, someone being molested, something. It's always like these damaged people that just, and then that's their outlet to kind of like turn it into humor. Am I kind of reaching there?
You picked a good partner for Scissor Bros.
But am I kind of, yeah.
I would say, I mean, yeah. I think the comedians in some way, like, yeah. It's people who know how to make light out of
Darkness.
out of dark situations.
That's what I'm saying, because
But there's some comedians that don't have
anything.
There's not like they didn't have traumatic childhoods
They're
or anything.
just normal, healthy
I had a
people.
very, very, very good upbringing until like my teenage years.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had like a beaver cleaver childhood.
You know what still shocks me is you haven't even smoked weed or
Yeah.
you never got into drugs or alcohol.
Well, so okay, this is breaking it down.
Yeah.
When my mom and dad started having marital problems, and then that led up to the divorce,
Yeah.
my sister and my brother got into partying, and I didn't.
What do you mean by that? Just going to keggers and stuff?
I'm saying like as far as like drugs and alcohol and stuff like that.
Like what kinds of drugs now? Just beer? Or?
I mean, no, beer, like weed, probably pills, maybe
Really?
cocaine. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, LSD. I
Yeah.
mean, my mom and sister would smoke weed occasionally.
Yeah.
They did acid together one time or mushrooms.
Really?
Yeah.
Your mom and sister?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah.
What
Yeah.
about your dad?
My dad would sometimes smoke with my brother. He would drink occasionally. He goes in and out of like very religious to drinking and partying. And like he goes very up and
and
down.
you chose not to.
I chose not to. No.
Can
Yeah.
will you be open this to a future, not maybe a challenge or just an experiment? Would you try a edible
No.
You've never done THC at all?
at all? I mean, how about this? Would you try like a THC like mint edible, like 10 milligram, 5 milligram, something small, like a micro dosage of THC?
That would be like the worst way to do it. It lasts so long.
No, I wouldn't do that.
3 milligrams of just a little mint, like a Tic Tac mint.
No.
Why not? I mean,
Would you do it?
well, I'm an addict. That's
Oh,
why
well-
I'm an addict.
Okay, same.
You're not a drug addict.
I'm addicted with other. I have an addicted personality.
So you think this is interesting? So you think if you were to try it, you would maybe possibly like it?
Oh, absolutely.
He probably doesn't want to roll
okay.
the dice.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's why we're talking about
Yeah.
this.
Is that the same thing with drinking?
You haven't tried it.
I have trauma with drinking. There's a lot of drinking that's like on both sides of my family. That
Wait,
is,
your dad put him down,
yeah, around that time, yeah.
but not now. He's cooled off.
Yeah, it's chilled off quite a bit. Both
So-
my mom and dad have like chilled off a lot since back then.
Also, it might be hereditary as well. So if you were to
Yeah.
have a beer at, like, let's say you had a show and just had a Miller Lite or a
Yeah.
Budweiser, you might like it.
Yeah, I would probably be Bert Kreischer if I was drinking.
Really?
Big old belly?
Because those guys drink in the green room
Yeah,
and they do
yeah,
their,
yeah.
they just, it's a part of their
Yeah,
shtick.
yeah.
Wow. Oh, thanks for your honesty. I didn't know
you've
that.
never
I didn't know
drank
that.
before either?
No,
Oh, okay. Like not tastes or sips, just
Yeah.
nothing?
no.
Oh, okay.
So in a way, you've done the wisest thing. You've just abstained from all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw what it was doing to my family. I'm like, why should I even?
Yeah.
Why would I even start?
Right.
Originally, it was strictly religious. I was like, oh, I'll go to hell if I do that stuff. That
Oh, right.
Originally.
And I went through that too. I understand
Oh,
that
dude,
mindset.
yeah.
I went through that too.
Yeah.
What about this? Doing ayahuasca with your scissor bro once.
I don't think so. I don't really know.
DMT, ayahuasca.
It's like, but that's like with a shaman. It's a spiritual
It's
thing.
a spiritual thing.
That's why you're kind of allowed to do it because
Joe Rogan talks extensively
that
about
does
it.
not
my man.
make it any
Yeah.
better.
And we could go to Guatemala
But
or
ayahuasca,
Peru.
no, they do it in Joshua Tree. You
We
can
go to Joshua Tree. Dude, we could make a whole episode. Dude, we could do a whole vlog or documentary
The
on it.
ayahuasca challenge.
The ayahuasca challenge. Dude, that we'll end up getting naked and just running through the desert, man. Like
you
on
can't
some
do that, Steve.
Jim Morrison on
You
fucking
can't
the
do
doors.
that. On
Can't
your
do what?
medication, you might die. Yeah,
What are you talking about?
yeah. On SSRIs, you can't do like psychedelics.
Why not?
You might get serotonin syndrome.
What's that?
What's that?
Yeah, so like you'll have too much serotonin buildup, I think, and you like that's the one thing in your body. You have too much serotonin, you can actually die just like from overdosing on serotonin. Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. We
Damn.
can't do it like because I'm on SSRIs too, so I can't do ecstasy, MDMA, can't do
But
that.
you drink from time to time, don't
yeah.
you?
Yeah,
And that doesn't affect it, alcohol?
yeah. Some people is different. Some people will like get drunk twice as fast. Some will feel sick. I just get a little bit tired, but other than that, not really. My hangover is really bad though.
Yeah.
I also think if I smoked weed, then it would make me want to sleep all the time.
Yeah, it depends on the kind,
Really?
but that's a fair
Yeah.
assessment.
Well, depending on what type of like sativa,
Strain,
like there's different
yeah.
strands.
Yeah,
of weed.
yeah.
Now, do you get? Let me ask you this, because
Because
you're.
I can sleep, dude.
What?
That's my thing. I could if I had the luxury to do it, I could sleep in every day.
Really, I wouldn't think.
My body
don't
lets
know.
me sleep.
Really?
Yeah. But I set alarms and I wake up and do the work.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you being around the Comedy Store, because I know it's an open kind of liberal weed.
All the people who know me there respect that I don't.
They've never
I'm not
peer
getting
pressured.
asked.
They never peer pressured
Maybe
you.
I mean, dude, years ago. I've been going to the Comedy Store
So years
for
ago.
so long. I've been going there since 2012 at this point.
Right.
So
right.
like maybe back then,
They did.
people would ask me if I still get offered in a circle because I'll still stand around comedians who are smoking and stuff like that, they offer it to me and I'll sometimes take it and just keep passing.
So
Or
where
I'll just
does
be
this
like,
happen, in the bar area
The
or
back
by
area.
the back area?
Yeah.
And is there a group that it's like their group of?
No, this is a bunch of different comics.
It's a bunch of different comics.
It's rotating.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the pothead comics who they're back there almost every time.
Now, can they do this? And can they smoke a whole joint and then just go up on stage and do their act?
Some do,
Yeah.
not very often, but
That's
some do.
so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like they're
Joey
able to do
Diaz.
that.
Yeah,
Joey
That-
Diaz.
That's how Joe Rogan used to do stand up on the spot. He used to either drink a lot or do smoke a lot of weed and then go on stage. Like when
Really?
yeah, that like Eddie Bravo, he would take hits of pens and stuff before he went on stage just to like be more open or whatever. So yeah.
That's so.
Some people
crazy.
like to do stand up on the spot, like
Yeah.
on weed or some like kind of drink.
That's so crazy to me. Speaking of Joe and Eddie and all them, like, have you ever? When is it that you're gonna get invited to the Joe Rogan Experience?
You know as good as me.
Well, when? What
Part
do
of me thinks I might not ever be a guest on that.
Why would you think that? That's not a good way to think about it.
Because I did an impression of Joe Rogan
What?
to his face on Kill Tony years ago, and he laughed while he was on stage.
Why did you do that?
Because it was funny.
Okay.
It killed.
Okay.
And I rarely am the guy who's like, that killed. Just watch the footage. It's just,
and so
it's
you
insane.
he's still he's
Oh yeah, yeah.
he's upset about that. You think?
I don't think he's upset about it, but I think that I think that he laughed to be a good sport, like on stage, but kind of like bookmarked in his head, like, huh.
Oh right. I always wondered like how he chooses to, because there's certain comics I see go on there. I'm like, well, why them and not this person or that? Like, do you have to win a contest or something?
It would be funny if he invited you and I on together, and then you and I were on there before Bob.
But Bob could go on at any time. I don't know why he doesn't.
I don't know why he doesn't
also doesn't make a special. Why doesn't he do that?
But it's like you would think that would completely, because so many people watch that.
I think
and
he
listen
said
to
that
it.
he'll go on once he has a special.
Well, that might never happen. That's so upsetting to me, man.
What, that he won't go on Rogan?
Both.
Or, with me?
No, with my
he won't
brother,
have a
it's like he
special and
should
he won't
have
go on.
some kind of, at least a 30-minute special, don't you think, after 20 plus something years of doing comedy?
He doesn't want to retire the material.
But okay, so let's go back to Joe Rogan. How are we going to make it happen?
Well, since my special...
Have you asked?
I've never... I don't think I've ever
That's
flat
something
out...
you can't ask. He'll approach you, I think.
Well, I think that's how it is for sure. Honestly, I would be just as stoked, if he would be down to play some pool. He's so good at pool
Oh yeah.
that if I got to play pool with him, and I think that would be equally, obviously it's not recorded, but like I want to play pool with him.
But what if you beat
just
him?
for the story?
Oh, he's not gonna beat him.
I don't think I'd beat him.
Yeah.
He's that good?
Yeah, he's actually like. Really
He's
good.
like, I think that he like is at, but somewhere between not. He could be. I think he would be like considered like a legit amateur player. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
He's that good.
Like, yeah, he could play tournament.
He could
pool.
play tournaments and do well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
So
used to
you'd
follow it and everything. He would commentate on some of the stuff too.
So you would rather do that, or you would be just as stoked
I think that
to do that?
I'd be just as stoked. I'm gonna message him about the next time I'm in that area. See if I can play pool with him.
How many people do you think email him or do submissions to get on the Joe? I mean, let's talk about
so
ballpark
many.
range.
It's the biggest platform on the internet.
Yeah.
Thousands, hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something he would ask you.
Yeah, that's not something that you'd be like,
It's
hey,
either
can I
like-
do this?
Fahim was just on there, right? Like,
Was
there's
he?
certain ones, like
Yeah,
Annie
he
gets
was.
on, Fahim
wow.
gets on.
Yeah, but Fahim is so overdue for his time,
Yeah.
for his come up. Fahim is literally like,
One of the best.
he's literally one of the best joke writers
Ever.
in the country.
Yeah.
Right.
He is like people talk about like how strong New York comics are.
Yeah.
Fahim has been slept on for so many freaking years.
Why do you think that is?
I think because he's brought it up to I've talked to him about it. When he did Jeremiah Wonders, I asked him, I go, don't take this the wrong way, but do you ever get frustrated that you're not
Bigger
like a talked about
comedian.
a little bit more?
Right.
Because
right.
I said, because I go, I see you all the time, dude,
Yeah.
and you crush just as much or more than all the certain comics that
And he has the respect amongst his peers as well.
he says that part of it could be that he doesn't talk about personal stuff too much.
Oh, because he's just he doesn't need to.
He just does bits and stuff
He
like
does
that.
bits, yeah.
Which that's kind of like a Seinfeld approach.
Yeah.
Also, like if he talked about his family with his joke writing, that could maybe, you never know though. Every comic's different. Seinfeld never talked about anything personally, and he was one of the biggest comics on the planet.
Right. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe he's missing, like, not to say he's lacking in anything, but maybe like, they say this X factor of something else, like, because I noticed too, like, he should be bigger in the podcasting world too, but
I doubt it because he's Lance Can't Stop List. That shit's so good. Like,
I know. I'm not saying he's
it's like-
highly talented. I'm just saying, do you think?
Well, okay.
Yeah,
I
'Cause
will,
those are two different things.
So-
Podcasting, comedy, right? Like,
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
okay. So here's an example of you say that X factor.
yeah,
Perfect example of that X factor
yeah.
is your brother.
Oh, really?
Because
You're right.
Bobby
I just got
doesn't-
it. You're
here's the
right.
thing. Bobby doesn't have, he might not have what other comedians consider the best material.
No.
But it's funnier than other comedians' material.
Oh, right.
He has that thing about him. It's why he goes on podcasts and the numbers blow up. He has that
He
thing.
has both. He has both. He can
has
do both.
He can do both.
That's what you mean
a
by the
rare
X
thing.
factor.
So that's when, like, anytime, like, outside of, like, since this is Patreon, we talk about it.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, we wish our numbers were better. We wish we could catch up the Bad Friends and the different podcasts like that. Dude, we are literally, when you mention like that, you're talking about one of, like, a Bad Friends podcast. That's one of the most successful podcasts in the world. That just so happens to be your freaking brother. That's what's so crazy. That's why I say we can't compare ourselves to anybody.
At that.
Because
to
it's
that.
like, dude, that is an enigma. Your brother's an enigma, like,
It
with
is.
what he does. So, like, that's why I'm like, let's not compare, like, to other podcasts, because we just got to do our own thing. And, like,
Yeah.
like, because even with our Patreon and stuff like that, we have more subscribers on our YouTube than a lot of people, but our Patreon numbers are way lower than other people's.
Right.
So we can't compare. We got to just keep doing these bonus episodes. And I really believe in these bonus episodes, that, like, us being raw
Yeah.
and us just doing, like, whatever. I think that'll pay off, like,
Absolutely.
because, guys like Tim Dillon and stuff, their Patreon, that's what floats them more than their actual even
How much
episodes.
is he making on his?
I mean, he's making, like, a year he's making
A month.
like,
A month.
I think he made like $1 million on Patreon one year or something like that. He makes something crazy.
That's insane.
He was making like I think it was close to like 100,000 a month or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm blowing it up a little bit, but I think it was something really high.
That's crazy. That's
Is that right,
crazy.
Ryan?
I know it was super high, and it's funny because he's already got money. He's like, I don't need this. He's just like,
That guy's interesting. Do you know him well?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't come from the typical Hollywood trajectory of getting an agent and doing. It's like he kind of paved his own way in a way.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And,
All internet shit.
and Rogan loves him, so he has him on
Yeah,
that feeds it, and
yeah.
that's the whole thing,
Yeah, you know what? It's just hard for me because it's so close to home and it is my brother that I should like give it more respect or look at it like more realistically, I think.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, that's why I'm stoked by even the numbers that we do every week in general. Just as a couple dudes who do a podcast. It's still better than many people's podcasts.
Dude, it's insane how
many comedy podcasts are there?
There's
like
a lot, and the people that we're ahead of is nuts. Like just
we're
based
ahead
on
of like substantial
Yeah.
like people that have like a big fan base and who've been on TV. And
Yeah,
shit.
of course.
Yep.
Give me an example.
I mean, Jeremiah was on George Lopez's. That dude is a legend, like legend, and we do better
What's his
numbers
numbers
than that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as high as ours. I can't give you the
I
exact
don't
numbers.
know off the top. But
Really?
yeah.
Yeah,
This guy's been on TV.
syndication
TV.
Yeah, and you had a Starburst commercial, brother.
Yeah, that's true. You've been on TV.
You've been on Mad TV. You've had multiple
Yeah, but that's
commercials.
because of Bob. Yeah, that was just
Yeah,
Nepotism.
but
And you know
Bob-
what? And
Nepotism.
you know what, though?
yeah.
If I get a sketch show or something like that,
Yeah.
guess who's coming with me? Guess who's freaking coming with me? Who's playing scientist number 2 in my sketches? But scientist number 2 has speaking lines in my sketch.
Thank you.
And guess what?
Yeah.
He's eating my butt in that sketch.
Yeah.
All right, so Joel will do a good job. He'll be a good fit. Thank you, Joel. All right, I'm sorry. You know, you're right. I should really look at it from a different kind of viewpoint.
Dude, you have to,
Yeah.
otherwise you'll go crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you just happen to have a brother
He's
who
just
has
an
one
enigma. He's just a
Yeah.
weird.
You're an enigma too in a special, different way. You
Yeah,
really
but not
are.
like that. I don't bring the numbers like that.
If you did stand up, you would. Bottom line. I really think so.
Huh?
Because people, you'd be out on tour, people would be witnessing it.
yeah.
I'm witnessing it, and I'm just like I love you, brother.
Yeah.
You're very special. That's the
Right.
only way I know how to put it.
Yeah.
You have the X factor too. It's
I
more-
just don't know how to do it doing stand up. Like
Well-
my material
well, that's
stinks.
it. Well, that's
It's
the
very
hardest part of
hacky.
stand up.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part of stand up. That's what people's exploring and finding their comedic voice is. It's translating who you are in here to the stage.
That's very, very, very difficult to do. I think. I don't
It
think
is.
people. I don't think people put a lot of emphasis on that when that's is like the main difficulty.
I had a lady late on Friday night who I dealt with the entire show that the venue should have kicked out. She set her empty beer bottle on my merch table, said, "You suck," and then walked out.
Really?
Yep.
How do
And
you,
I said, "Thanks for being classy. Have a great night."
so you
I
deal
was pissed.
you deal with this type.
I've never had the urge to strike a man or a woman. Woo, your boy, I was so mad.
Because it's hard for you. I've only seen it a few times. The Red Zone Jeremiah.
I
saw it in
to-
Phoenix when the green room wasn't stocked.
Oh, when people,
I saw
Oh.
it there.
oh, no waters.
No waters.
No waters,
Yeah, yeah.
no waitresses,
They ignored you.
no
they
nothing.
didn't bring
No,
the
ignored
menu
me.
to you.
Yeah.
I saw it there, but I
No,
love
that's not.
this.
That's not even like,
But you were really upset when this happened.
dude. I was like fuming. I had to like quickly like. There's people around. I was like, thanks for being classy. Have a great night. And I was just like,
Yeah.
chill out, dude. I imagined so many things in my head. Throwing this lady down the stairs.
Oh my God. Patreon exclusive. You
Patreon
don't see this on
exclusive.
YouTube,
in
folks.
the middle of a joke.
Yeah. Now,
No, this is after the show.
This is
Oh,
after the
okay.
show. But how do you deal, like, even during the show or with haters or people commenting on your comment? Like, how do you navigate through this stuff, man?
They should have kicked this woman out. She was a problem the entire show, and they apologized to me after it happened. They're like, we just didn't know how to handle it. I was like, you get them out. You just get them out. I said, I don't know how many times I have to say from stage without saying, remove this woman from here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it just happens.
But how do you...
How do I deal with the haters?
Yeah, there were just all these other elements of navigating being a comedian, like all the hurdles.
That's what I say. Like I tell you, like, don't read the comments if you can't handle them, kind of thing.
Yeah, because one of them could really take me for a spin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I see horrible things about me all the time. All the time.
How-
Because
then
I
how
put
do you-
myself out there so hard. I know that it's going to come. There's going to be people who love it, and there's going to be people who don't dig it. And I have to realize, like, that's part of the gig, dude.
But how did you get better through time, or because
Yeah.
I know because you're a
Yeah.
human being, and I know you have feelings,
Of
and
course.
you're sensitive.
Of course.
to these
but
things.
also, you have to realize the people who are hating, they're not coming. They're not going to come out and pay money to see you. They're a dumb internet troll behind a comment.
Right.
They're not coming to see me. They're not a genuine fan of what I do. So why would I care about that? Let me focus on the people.
that care about you.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It just fascinates me. It just seems like, to me, correct me if I'm wrong. In order to be a successful comedian, you need that kind of. And this is going back to the X Factor. I feel like you guys have a thing where it's almost like you desensitize yourself to the. Like Griffin has it too, where even he could just
You desensitize yourself to
Go through
certain
all that.
areas, but you need to be vulnerable enough and wear your heart on your sleeve enough to be engaging with an audience and relatable. So it's a hard balance to figure out over the years. It just is.
And my brother's figured that out. He just knows how to.
He's a
navigate
master
through
of the
that.
craft.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah. It's
why he's one of the top headliners in the country.
I mean, Tom Segura, people like that too. Like they're the ones that are up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they get it. They figured it
They
out.
figured it out.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, dude? Congratulations again. As far as you're a legit headlining, comedian at this point.
No, I'm very grateful for that. I'm
Yeah.
grateful that I get to go to these cities and even experience these shows.
That's just amazing.
Just in the fact, even though that show there's a late show that went bad over the weekend in Chicago.
Wait, let's
I
talk
still
about
get
it.
to experience. It was that lady.
That was the only thing that happened.
That was the weekend. That was the Friday late. The Friday lates are notorious bad in a lot of cities.
No, why is that? Because the is there comp tickets, or is it like?
I think we've gone over it a bit, but basically it's. You asked me this exact same question a few times, but for those people that haven't heard my response to it, they're basically.
All right, let's just not talk about it then. Okay, we know why.
Yeah. They pregame too hard,
Yeah.
and then it's too late after the work week.
Yeah. Okay.
So
See?
I was thinking about something recently about how Jeremiah, you get to tour around the country, and you hear from Scissor siblings and people that watch Jeremiah wonders how much they like the show. I read the comments, so I get to see it there. Steve doesn't read the comments, which is for the best, because it takes a kind of crazy person to read comments and not be affected by it. But
Wow, Ryan really shooting a shot over here.
no, I mean it's difficult. A lot of content creators just can't do it.
I can't.
It's super hard.
I can't.
But because of that, because I get to see how much people love the show, and then Jeremiah gets to meet people out in the open. Out in the country. Can we get patrons to leave a message for Steve?
Some audio messages.
Yeah, some audio messages. I mean, even if you have to write them out, don't want to record them, I can print them out and I'll read them out to Steve
You know what?
next week.
That would be like positive affirmation.
Yeah, because Steve doesn't
I
really
don't,
get the positive.
I'm very sensitive. And plus, because of my alcoholic mind, I have a fault-finding mind. So I could, read 1,000 good ones, and that one where they kind of really get personal, it really fucks me up. It fucks me up.
Yeah.
That's why I can't read any of it. I can't do Reddit. I don't even read my own YouTube comments my content.
Can I read you the comment?
Is it positive?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jeremiah left you a little comment on number 100.
Okay.
I'm gonna read it to you because you are never gonna
Never gonna see.
you're never gonna see it. So on this Patreon, I would like to read this to you.
Okay.
Because I think that I think you'll appreciate it. Okay, here we go. This is what I left on the 100th episode with Rick Glassman.
So this is something you wrote.
Something I wrote.
Okay.
I said, I want to say thank you to everyone who has supported us to get to 100 episodes. But most of all, I want to thank my brother, Steve. You've seen us have highs and lows together on the podcast, laughed until we cried, seen every inch of each other, and more. Ha ha. Love you, Steve. Not sure if you'll ever see this, but know that I love you forever, Scissor Brother.
Oh man, don't make me tear up. Oh Lord, I should have read that. How come you guys didn't send me that?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Yeah,
I
man.
really appreciate that.
Because I felt,
Yeah,
you know,
we've had highs and lows, man. People don't see this, but dude, I've yelled at, dude. We've gone into it.
Yeah.
We've had extreme highs, extreme lows. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's just people don't realize how difficult it is. They think that this comes like easy. We have our own separate lives, and it's
Sure.
kind of hard, you know. And yeah, I got crazy with you last week. I apologize. I said some things I shouldn't have said. It's like, but people don't see that. People don't see that on camera. They don't realize, like, dude, we fight like siblings,
Yeah.
like straight up.
Scissor
Yeah,
siblings.
we get into it.
I mean-
so yeah, I mean, I just think I don't realize how good what we have. We have something good, and I should really look at this. Like, dude, we are blessed in a lot of ways.
Dude, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We're extremely blessed that anyone would even tune into
The way
Yeah.
I look at like our situation, like, or like, okay, I had one really bad show out of the 4, okay, in Chicago over the weekend. So that one show put a bad taste in my mouth. But do you know how many comics would want even the chance to go out and headline to do those 4 shows? Like, that's how I have to think of it, because
just to get the stage
just
time.
to get the opportunity, the stage time to do it.
Right.
So, like, okay, so I had one show that was unfortunate. Okay, woe is me. On to the next one. The next show that I had was magic.
Right. There you go.
You know?
Yeah. What about this? Think of it this way. What about that guy that started comedy the same time you did it as much, all this shows that you did, but they're still kind of open micer status.
Well, let's not talk about them.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's more of like the reality of this game or the thing.
No.
You know
But
what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, like, dude, we did 100 episodes. We should be really proud of ourselves. And honestly, we should probably treat ourselves to another lunch again soon or something.
Yeah, maybe we get some Mexican food like a El Coyote or something. You know, maybe we bring Ryan.
Yeah.
And get.
It's
some,
a big deal.
Get some
Invite
chimichangas or
Jordan.
something. Yeah. I mean, like El Coyote.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Ryan?
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right.
It's a big deal.
I kind of wish. We could have more episodes like this where we're vulnerable and
You want this
Talk
in the
about-
main feed?
You know what? That's interesting because I was thinking since we're doubling, tripling up sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe we approach this whole podcasting thing like all of them are Patreon. Yeah, that way, because
That's a good
I get in my
point.
head when I know, this is going to be this separate one for YouTube.
Interesting.
Does that make sense?
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Because to me,
sometimes
I want to be unhinged and free. But when I know like mentally, this is for the YouTube one, I gotta be a certain way. It really kind of messes with me, man. But when I'm like this, unhinged, like a lot of interesting topics and vulnerabilities.
Lately,
come
people
up.
have been saying that some of these have been better than our main episodes.
But that's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
You know why that
because
is?
we're loose.
We're loose and we're not so in our heads about it's got to be this way or that. I don't know. What do you think, Rye?
I mean, that's just kind of the nature of YouTube, though. Like, you try to play off the algorithm and people giving likes for certain things, and
I will
just-
say what's one feedback that we got on the 100th of the diehards.
Of
They were
what the Rick and Eric one?
They were very upset that there was no challenge for the 100th episode.
We
so,
tried.
Like, I know.
they
I'm
didn't
just saying,
agree
like,
with
that's
it.
an example. Like, for the main feed, we do challenges. Like, we.
No. We'll keep that the same. But as far
Yeah.
as the overall, aside from the challenge,
I love it. I'm down. Yeah, to think more.
to think
loose.
more loose. And
Yeah, just go into it with less like.
like this is the one for YouTube.
Right.
Like, let's not have any of that.
Yeah.
Let's just start podcasting.
Comment below. What do you guys
yeah,
think?
and then we'll after we're done with all the podcasting, we'll figure out. Let's add that one for the YouTube.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, okay, guys, this one at the beginning is for YouTube.
Right.
Because that way we both think of it, I think, even on a subconscious level.
I think so too. Yeah.
What do you think, Rye?
it's different. It is different, though. Like, what we're trying to accomplish. This is very entertaining to watch between us, but the main one is it has a show feeling, which it is more stressful. But the show, but it's hard to say which one would do better because optimally that's what we're trying to do.
We haven't tried yet.
Yeah,
let's experiment, and I'm not disagreeing with you there.
Yeah.
I just feel like I just think for this year we should just
try some stuff.
Yeah, just try something. Try some new things.
The goal with every time we get together, shouldn't be a stressful thing because we get to do it.
But sometimes I feel that way if it's for the YouTube. I'm like, okay, let's write down the topics and then
feel like
exactly
that for your
A, B, C, D, E. What?
Do you feel like that for Stevie Weeby show?
That's why, you know what I realized, to be honest with you, I'm getting kind of burnt. That's why I'm implementing.
That's why you've been doing those vlogs, huh?
Exactly. Because I noticed that it's like, because A, we know what it's like dealing with these nightmare guest situations.
I know.
B, the ones that I think are, but this thing is, I'm willing to like throw a curveball. Like I've had guests where they don't have even any kind of podcasting history whatsoever. They just like, I interviewed this one kid who's like 25. He's a skater, but he does music. You know, he has no history of I'm willing to do that, but it's just like so. Like depending, it's so guest driven, and this is another thing Andreas was talking about with me from Bad Friends. He said that what we do, like the types of things, as far as if you're a guest driven one, it relies so much on the specific guest themselves. Yeah, that you are just like
you're at their mercy.
You're at their mercy. Like I'll give you an example. Like not saying we're at even anywhere near Theo Vaughn's level, but him and other people could just sit there with a laptop and just shoot the shit. Just by themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could do that.
They're not eating butt stuff.
What?
They're not eating butt stuff.
Yeah, they're not eating butts and eating scorpions and stuff. Yeah. But I'm just saying that's why you notice I'm experimenting more with vlogs, because I noticed that they're kind of doing better. Like people are more interested in watching that. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, same thing with this. I mean, I remember that we did the man on the street type deal. No, at least we got one fart for so we got 2 farts. We got 1 for the last one. Yeah, that's fine.
Patreon exclusive. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this raw bonus episode of Scissor Bros.
Make sure if you're in Texas, March 24th for the Riot Comedy Festival. We'll be both on stage. I just agreed today to do another stand-up on the spot too, and looking forward to it.
March 14th, baby. It's gonna be
2
awesome.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, guys, comments or voice memos for Steve, specifically for Steve. I'll make
fine.
sure he gets
some
all
love
of them.
for Steve.
Yeah, I'll make sure he
fine.
gets them all. I might not read them all or play them all, but he will receive all of them.
Yeah, I don't read anything.
Remind me next episode. Mimi sent us a Canada quiz. To do for this next Patreon episode.
Oh, cool. Shout out to Mimi. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Scissor Brothers.
Hello? Is anyone still there? It's your pal Gerald, and hope you guys are enjoying this bonus episode that we've been doing every week. You guys digging it? Anywho, sounds like Jeremiah's got some anger issues he's got to deal with, and a lot of divorce talk this episode. Hopefully it wasn't too dark for y'all, but you know how we do it. We get our dicks wet on the bonus episode of Scissor Bros. Anywho, hope you guys are doing well, and we'll see you next week. Look out for new stuff coming. Bye.
There's people around. I was like, thanks for being classy. Have a great night. And I was just like,
yeah,
chill out, dude. I imagined so many things in my head, throwing this lady down the stairs.
Oh my God.